everyone, we are now entering part B of Voyage 13, and this is the week 1 of that. The total debt that we want to get accomplished paid off is $3,100, and that entails a $300 bill that is initially on Target, but I used the Visa to pay off the Target, so we'll be applying it back to the Visa. But I just went ahead and labeled it Target to remember that's where the debt came from. And then we are going to be off $2,800 on Discover 2, and that's a balance transfer that's due, I believe, on September 23rd, somewhere in that time frame. And then there is one fish joining us on week 1, and oh my gosh, it is getting very hot out there. We're in a heat advisory, which it sounds like a lot of places right now are in a heat advisory, so just stay cool and drink lots of liquids. So we'll go into the line of credit 1, also the checking account. So there was 1 cent left in the checking account, so I went ahead and I put that towards savings, so that zeroed it out. So then a payroll for $1,044.11 came in, so I sent $44.11 to savings, and that left us with $1,000. And then that broke down into $140 going to the line of credit 1 to help pay off the bills throughout the month. We did $50 to the loan 1, which is not usually, but has a payment of $191.28 or something around that line. So I'm trying to do like a $50 a paycheck to get that the interest paid down, and that way it's not such a big payment at the end of the month. And then the $560 was sent to line of credit 2, and that is to pay off credit cards. And then $200 was sent to line of credit 3, and that is for the monthly mortgage payment of $781. And then there was $50 remaining, so that was sent to savings. So then we have 0 in the checking. And then in our savings account, we start off with $359.22. We added that 1 cent on July 25th, making it $359.23. We had that $44.11, which was the odd amount on the paycheck, bringing that to $403.34. And then we sent $50. So now the savings account has $453.34. I think next time I'll probably just use a darker pen, so I think the light blue one's not showing up as easy, but I mean you can still see it. So, and then this shows the July 25th $50 payment that was sent to loan 1. We ended with a balance of $8,892.78, so that's our starting point. We had $9.38 that went to interest, so you can definitely see it's going down from last week. And then $40.62 went to principal, so that was a $50 payment. And now we are currently at $8,852.16. And another thing about my loan 1 is it's one where I can redo it at any point in time up to, I think it's at 13. No, I think it's 12,500 is the max, and we did 10,000 this last time. So this is kind of another backup emergency fund if need be. But I just want to work on getting this paid down and having one less payment. So this next sheet, we have the lines of credit 1, 2, and 3. So line of credit 1, we currently set aside for the bills. That balance currently is at $10,851.29. It has $1,148.71 available. And then we're putting weekly $140 to that. And the monthly payment due on August 1st, $116.05. We then have line of credit 2 that we're using for the credit card payments. It is at $11,451.41. Available is $1,048.59. And then we're doing weekly payments of $560 towards that. And the amount due on August 1st is $122.30. The line of credit 3 is set aside for the mortgage. That currently has a balance of $11,395.52. Available is $1,104.48. We're sending $200 a week towards that. And then on August 1st, $122.32 is due. So the balance of all three of the lines is $33,698.22. Available is now $3,301.78. The total weekly payments we send to that is $900. And then the complete amount due on August 1st is $360.67. And since we send the weekly payments, we are making these payments each week. So therefore, this $360.67 rounds into being cash flow. So then we go to line of credit 1, where we did take some funds out of that to make payments. So we were at $11,451.41. We did send $100 to Discover 2, since that was the amount that's actually due for the month of August. I believe it's August, we'll do August 20th. So I just went ahead and made sure the minimum payment was made for the month. So we'll send another payment towards the end of the voyage. And I think what we'll do is we'll just have the money inside the line of, I think I have the wrong line of credit. I think this is the line of credit 2. Yeah, it's line of credit 2. There's the credit card one. So there we go. That makes more sense. So our credit card payments are going to be held into line of credit 2 until they're needed for the payments. I believe what I'm going to start doing now is, now that our credit card payments are so much lower, we can just go ahead and make the payments when the balance cycles out. So that's what I did on Discover 1. That had just cycled out and $163 was due, so we sent $163. Discover 2 just cycled out and had a $5,000 balance, so we sent them $100. And so in both these credit cards, the minimum payment is done for the month of August. So then we currently have $785.59 that's available in this line of credit 2. And it's broke down to $460 is for Discover 2, and then $60 for Visa for that Target expense for $300. So $520 of this available amount is set aside for credit card payments. And then we'll go into Voyage 13B. So currently that Discover 2 is down to $5,000, where the previous time I believe it was $8,200, $8,300. So it's cycled out and now it's at $5,000. The Target bill was at $300, so we used Visa to pay that. And then, so we are going to do a portion of that Discover 2. So the $560 times 5 comes to $2,800. That's how I decided the amount that we are going to pay towards the Discover 2 during this next part of the voyage. So then we have the $2,800 for Discover 2 and the $300 for the Target, which gives our voyage a balance of $3,100 for our starting point. So then on Discover 2, we did send an actual payment of $100 towards that. And then the $460 is in line of credit 2 being held. And the same with the $60 for the Target. That's currently in the line of credit 2 being held. And then also with the Visa, that's going to cycle out at the end of the month. So July 31st, it'll cycle out. So on August 1st, I'm thinking probably sending the $60 that day, or I may wait because I do have the whole month of August to make the payment, but I think I might just start doing it weekly. That way we can cut down on the interest on that too. So now Discover 2, we have $2,240 left to come up to pay that off. And then the Target, we would need $240 to pay off. So currently the voyage is now down to $2,480, and the starting point was $3,100. So we paid off the $160 and then the $460. And then we have the captain's log. And right now I'm completely out of cartridge ink, and I really don't want to go buy any more because it's like $25 and it only lasts about 8 weeks, so it doesn't really I guess it's not very cost effective right now using my printer for this. So we had ended 13A at $58,769.87. So we're starting off with Voyage 13B. We're starting off at July 25th of 2025. The starting point is 3,100. So we have week 1, which actually starts on July 25th of 2025. We paid $600 of debt, and now there is $2,480 left on the voyage. So total paid, up to date on all the voyages combined, is $59,389.87. And then we'll go to our credit available sheet. And once again, we have that revolving credit, the tiny one at $500, the Visa at $10,000, the City at $18,000, Discover 2 at $18,500, Discover 1 at $20,000, which gave us a complete limit of $67,000. The balances right now on that small revolving is at 0, so that means there's $500 available. The Visa currently has a balance of $8,225.12, so there's $1,774.88 available. The City is down to $5,900, giving that $12,100 available. Discover 2 has a balance of $4,900, and that's giving it $13,600 available. Discover 1 is at $7,982, available is $12,018. And I'm thinking of probably maybe the next sheet, for simplicity's sake, probably just go ahead and eliminating this small one, because I don't see a point in using that now that we have available $500 in all of these items. And now that our lines of credits are getting paid down, we have $500 available in all of them. So I believe we'll just go ahead and cross this off. And I'm thinking about this Discover 2, we're going to have that completely paid off by the end of the voyage. So in the next 9 weeks, this should get completely paid off. And I'm thinking about just reducing the limit to what the balance is, and just kind of, I guess, fading it out. So that way, once it's done, we have enough available in other lines where this would be a line we would no longer use. So let me know if you have any questions or comments. Please like and subscribe to follow my debt journey, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.